guys, hello, welcome back. This is part 2 from Smart Mathematician. Okay, we finished reading the key language. If you observe, it's very interesting. It gives you more information, specific information related about the census here in Mexico. Okay, I like it because you watch that video and it gives you really good details. So now let's continue. Okay, according to our agenda, we're going to continue in the next part. That will be the learning log activities. So grab your learning log book if you have it at home. If not, then click on the learning log book and let's start. Okay, we're going to focus on page 96 from our mathematician. Okay, by reading the purple rectangle that gives you more information related to the topic. Okay, here we're going to work about data. So let's continue in this second part of the tutorial. Okay, but before we continue, I forgot one thing. Remember, as a reminder, you have to write down the answers in an old notebook if you're working on an old notebook. If you're working on white sheet of paper, then write them down there too. And if you have at home your learning logbook, perfect. Why? Because it's better and easier for you to write down the answers in your learning logbook. So if you have your learning logbook, use it to write down the answers. Don't forget this, okay? This is something really important. Okay guys, so let's get started with the learning log book activity. It's Smart Mathematician, page 96. Okay, let's do it together. I'll read and you follow. It says, how many people are there in our city? Now, that right here, this topic is related to working with data, okay, census. So let's start by reading this purple information. And it says, to solve problems, make decisions, calculate numbers, or identify needs, we need data. Data is the information we get from surveys and census. To collect data, we need to take into account some basic concepts. Once we have the data, we need to interpret it and analyze it in the correct way to get accurate results. Okay, take for example a population census, which determines how many people live in a city, their ages, how many use public service, how many go to school, how many work, how many are retired, how many have pets, etc. Working with data can be a huge task that requires statistical methods to ensure the accuracy of the results. Now let's take a look at the following concepts are basic elements of a statistical analysis. The first one is population. What is a population? Well, a population is the group of items or people that is being studied. Okay, population. Who? For example, if we were going to make a survey in a school, what is going to be a population? Well, it could refer mainly to the students or the teachers. Okay, that is the population. Now, let's check the other concept. Random sample. The random example is a part of the population that is picked at random, okay, by chance, and is used for the statistical study. So this is a random example. Well, I'm just going to select this one, okay? You don't have preference, you just select the one that you want by random. Okay, now here we also call a random sample a representative sample, since all the elements of the population have the same chance at being picked. Okay, also this depends on the amount of your population. Okay, variable. This refers to the property or characteristic that we want to study in the population. Okay, the variables can be quantitative, which refers to numerical data, numbers, okay, or qualitative, which corresponds to non-numerical data. This can refer, like, if you want to know the favorite color of a population, their likes, okay, something that doesn't have to refer to numbers. Okay, let's continue and let's see this image. Okay, that it gives you a little bit more information related to the variables. Okay, now let's analyze this photo that will help you understand more the difference between qualitative and quantitative. Okay, so let's check it out. It says basis for a composition. The definition: qualitative data is information that can't be expressed as a number. Can data be counted? No. Like I mentioned you before, in qualitative data, and some examples of it will be observations, symbols, images, colors. It will be words. That's the type of data. The other type of data, picture, objects. Okay, everything that is not related to numbers. Okay, now let's check the other one. The other one says qualitative. Okay, quantitative data. Well, the quantitative data is data that can be expressed as a number or can be quantified. Yes, you can count with this type of data. Why? Because this type of data uses numbers or statistics to do specific surveys. Okay, now let's observe this other image. Okay, in this other image it says the type of data. Okay, now here there's some more examples, okay, for you can like have a little better idea of it. And it says quantitative. The quantitative, it could be like scores on exams or the scores in a game. Okay, also it can refer to the weight of a person, of the kilograms, or the weight of a subject. It can also refer to the number, the size of your shoe size. Okay, now the other type of data is qualitative data that refers to names, like all type of things. Okay, it could be names about cities, places, persons. Okay, and the other one could be smells. Okay, any type of smell, a smell from a perfume. Colors, all the colors that exist. Images, symbols. Okay, all the type of information that is not related to data. Okay, now that that type of information is clear, let's continue and start with the activities from page 96. Okay, so now let's start with activity number 1 from page 96. Okay, let's read it together. It says, Read the following example of the data study and fill in the diagram with the missing information. Circle the type of variable that is being studied. So now let's see the example that they gave us. Each sixth grade class has 30 students. An example of 10 students from each class was selected to conduct a study on height. Now, what is the population? Who? So right here is students. Students is the population. The example, how many people? 30 students or 10? Let's think a little bit. Do you think it's 30 or 10? Let me think. I'm trying to think like you two. Let's see, is it 30 or 10? Okay, so you're right. It's 10 students, okay? So let me write it down over here. 10 students. And now, on the population, it is 6th grade students because that's the population that is going to be studied. So, okay, so now what are they talking about? What is the variable that is going to be studied? They talk about money, toys, height. Yes, you're right. They're talking about height. Okay, so let's try to highlight that part. And well, now the population is 6th grade. The example 10 students, and the variable on height, and you write that down right there. Okay. Now, it says you have to circle the type of study. Okay. And yes, the type of study is quantitative. Exercise number 2. In class 6A, the tallest students were selected. So right here, let's underline that part. 10 tallest students were selected. In class 6B, 10 students out of 30 were chosen randomly. So 10 students were chosen randomly. Using pieces of paper with everybody's names written on them. Which one was a representative sample? So now, if you observe what I underlined, one group was selected by any specific data, only tallest students. But now, in the other group, they were only selected randomly. So it's not the same. That means that the example was taken from 6B. So let's check. So I suggest you to think a little bit. I give you 5 minutes to solve this exercise. I help you by underlining some main ideas that will help you find out which one is the example, which group is the representative sample, if it's group C, 6A, or 6B. Okay, so try to do this in 5 minutes, please. Okay guys, great job. I hope that you did good on this exercise. Now let's continue on the next exercise. Exercise number 3, okay? Okay guys, now before we start exercise number 3, let's start by reading the purple information that is located to the right hand of the page 97. This part will give us extra information to help us to do exercise 4 and the rest. Okay, so let's read it.